Look, in this video I want to do something a bit special. And by that, I'm answering the question, how to have an incredible love life, but instead of answering just very generally, I'm going to give you 3 major elements. And maybe you've heard me talk about it before, or maybe you haven't. And at the end of this video, I'm going to invite you to something very special. I'm having a very special event, but I want you to stick to the end of this video, because as you go through it, you're going to realize, holy shit, this is something I want to go to. So, did you know, to have an incredible love life, there are 3 major elements that you need to think about. The first is your outer love, the second is your inner love, and the third is something that binds it all together. And I'm going to tell you about that third thing in just a second. For those who don't know, your outer love is how you treat other people. This is the what you do, the how you say it, the how you perceive other people, but also how you perceive yourself. Because sometimes we have certain beliefs that maybe make us treat other people like all the same, or we devalue some people because we think all men are the same, they're all just jerks. On the other hand, we have our inner love. Now, our inner love is how we treat ourselves. So, you might have been in a situation in the past where you felt maybe not good enough, or maybe that they're too attractive and you're not just, there's something about you that's not quite right. And this comes down to your beliefs, whether you believe about yourself that you are worthy or not. And sometimes, just like, you can walk down the street and have an epiphany, beliefs can change just like that. So what I find is that outer love and inner love are actually 2 sides of the same coin. Personally, when I was going through this, when I was, growing up and learning about the whole dating world, things like that, the more I worked on how I presented myself to other people, how I communicated myself, all of these outer love things, my actual self-esteem, things like that actually increased. Similarly, every time I worked on my self-esteem, every time I looked at who I am as a person, every time I dived into things like meditation practices and understanding, just even writing exercises. I'm a big fan of writing exercises, by the way. Because my self-esteem increased, my ability to connect with other people increased. This is not just my love life, by the way, my family, my work ethic, all of these things started increasing because I wasn't necessarily worried about what it meant about me. Now, the third thing that holds it together, by the way, is what we call healing. Sometimes, not all the time, by the way, sometimes there's an element of our past or a thought that we have that we've linked to the past that gets in the way. And what this comes down to is our body, what we refer to as the felt sense. Because our minds, we consciously sometimes think things, but sometimes we don't realize that our body and mind are actually interlinked. That when we think about things, sometimes we're feeling things. In the same way, if I was to pinch your finger, your brain would suddenly think about, oh my God, the pain. The same way if I ask you, don't think about the pink elephant, that's all you can think about. The same way I'm saying, what about the blood rushing through your left ear or your foot touching the floor? We don't realize, but these body sensations, this felt sense that we have, can actually affect our mind. So there's an element of healing, of body awareness that I love. So what I want to invite you to is something incredible. It's something that no one else has done, and it's something that I'm inviting you to do. I want to invite you to my new Love Shift webinar, where we shift the nature of your love. Because honestly, I'm sick and tired of people who are not going for what they want. They think that, love should just come in their direction, and there is an element of truth to that, but not if you're not ready for it. Not if you have maybe something inside you that you really feel like you need to heal. The amount of people that I see self-sabotaging their relationships, moving away from things that they easily could avoid, or just the amount of people that I see that really, when it comes to maybe their outer love, expressing themselves in just a slightly different way, which is still you, by the way, because you probably express yourself very different from a grandmother to a child. It's like expressing yourself in a different way can maybe command attention, maybe make people actually realize how attractive you were. The same way you can change your outfit, you can change your words. And this is the kind of thing that is driving me insane. So if you want to learn what it takes to create an incredible relationship, not just something that is fine, but an incredible one, something that, when you're happy in your relationship, you're ecstatic about the rest of your world, like a balloon that fills up with air. From your relationship, you can start to affect the rest of your world. If you want to know what it takes to create this kind of love, I want to invite you to my new webinar on the 14th of September. Now, there are only 50 places for this, and I care about people who take action. So I want you to email me at harvey@gethimhooked.com if you're interested, and I will reserve a spot for you. Because honestly, when it comes down to this, you need to be an action taker. You know, those who hesitate masturbate. And this is the same thing. Because I've got the content right here in front of me. Here are some of the things we're going to be talking about. When it comes to healing, we're going to be talking about the mind-body connection, recognizing negative emotions and how to actually treat them. You know, how to release emotions, because wouldn't it be really good if you knew actually how to release these emotions, if you didn't let them dictate your entire mind and body? When it comes to outer love, how to express your love, it comes to the art of the initial flirt, like actually how to say hello, how to really make people feel comfortable with what you want out of life. And also when it comes to inner love, we're also going to be talking about confidence. Because the moment you lose confidence in your relationships, the moment you lose confidence in yourself, it is extremely hard to get back. So we need to make sure that shit never happens. And I'm going to be teaching you how to do that, how to stand up for yourself, how to assert yourself in a way that maybe when you come down to it, you'll be able to preserve your confidence, look after yourself, and simultaneously look after everyone else. Because if the secret of living is giving, at some point you also have to give to yourself. So thanks so much. I'm looking forward to your email, and I will talk to you soon.